Now, I said earlier this week, Donald Trump called for the return of Assata Shakur, publicly calling her a cop killer. However, Cuba says returning her to the U.S. is off the table. Assata has been living in Cuba since 1977 when she escaped imprisonment after she was convicted of killing a U.S. state trooper. Shakur, the first woman to be placed on the FBI's most wanted list, has been at large since 1977, 4 years after she was arrested on charges of killing a New Jersey state trooper. Many believe that Shakur, who has strong affiliations with the Black Panther Party, was framed by COINTELPRO, an anti-liberation government organization, after the shooting. Her fingerprints were never found on the gun, and there was no trace of gunpowder on her hands. With the help of the Black Panther, Shakur What up, though? I wonder what the hell did it end up? Did y'all still hear everything I was saying? Yeah, what up, now? Was good, but yeah, I don't know if y'all heard everything about what Donald Trump was trying to get Assata Shakur back to America. Someone just sent me this link on Instagram. Shout out to you if you are in this link right now. They send me a ton of stuff. It's a whole bunch of different people that they've been trying to get me to, you say it just started? So no one heard anything? Said no, we didn't. Hold on, let me go back and read it again. It said earlier this week, Donald Trump was calling for the return of Assata Shakur, publicly calling her a cop killer. However, Cuba was saying the return to the U.S. is off the table. Assata has been living in Cuba since 1977 when she escaped imprisonment after she was convicted of killing a U.S. state trooper. She was the first woman to be placed on the FBI's most wanted list. She has been at large since 1977, 4 years after her arrest on charges of killing a New Jersey state trooper. Many believe that Shakur, who has strong affiliations with the Black Panther Party, was framed by COINTELPRO, an anti-liberation government organization. After the shooting, her fingerprints was never found on the gun, and there was no trace of gunpowder on her hands. With help of the Black Panther, Shakur escaped imprisonment and fled to Cuba, where she was living freely ever since. She's been living there ever since. Cuba officially granted her a political asylum in 1984. Gustavo, deputy director for American Affairs of Cuban Ministry of Foreign Affairs, said that that deal is off the table, so she will not be like coming back to America, period. Which I don't know why Trump, out of all the other shit that he got going on right now, he's focused on trying to get her to come back to America. What up, though, Diva? What up, though? What's good? What's good? What's going on? But yeah, someone has just sent me that link like literally as I was starting this, so I was like, let me go ahead and read that to the people to see what y'all, because it's been it's been so much going on with this week. What up, though, Samantha? What's good? So much going on with the whole Tupac stuff, and everybody, I see some of the comments of people saying like everybody trying to get some shine off of the situation, even with Fazion saying whatever he feels and his what up, D-boy, what he feel about the situation. It was crazy because I just literally got a notification from Complex where I was watching. Any of y'all seen the new video on Complex magazine? I know, of course, y'all know about Everyday Struggle, but y'all heard about Vic Mensa, a Chicago rapper that just went up there and was hollering at Joe Budden and DJ Akademiks, and him and Akademiks kind of had a heated discussion back and forth, because I guess I can't remember the question that Akademiks basically asked him, but it basically led him into saying, and it was crazy kind of the question, if you go and watch that video, the question that Akademiks asked him, he was like, dude, basically, I'm not saying this verbatim, but basically he was like, do you think people are like making the Chicago situation as far as drill music bigger than what it is, or whatever. And to me, it was crazy, like hearing him even saying that question. I'm like, he must be taking himself out of the category as one of the individuals. You know, that's why I never really got too tough into, especially during that time when the drill music and all that, the drill music is still going on. Unfortunately, the murders and the gang banging that's going on in Chicago is still going on. That's been going on forever, and it's always going to go on. Hopefully at some point in time it do decrease, but that's why I never really touched on that topic, because to me that shit is not music related for real. Like, yes, it spills over into music because they choose to talk about it in their songs, but that shit stems from a real deeper rooted issue that has nothing to do with music. And yes, that's why certain things, even at home in Detroit, I don't cover. It's certain shit, you know, that I don't cover for real. And now if I start to see that situations might get a little bit too out of hand, where people might even get fucked up, like it tripped me out the other day. I looked at my IG and someone just came at me out of nowhere and said, yeah, your interview is what got 40 Glock shot. I'm like, what? Like, what the hell my interview got to do with 40 Glock getting shot? My interview didn't have shit to do. At one point in time, 40 Glock wasn't even fucking with me, period. And then we got on the phone, talked as two grown men, and then still went and did an interview. And that's why at the very beginning, the end of that interview, I left that in there, the part where he was like, you know, I know you just do the blog, and I know how journalists and all that stuff work, so I can't be mad at you. Which let me know, regardless of how people feel about 40 Glock or whatever their personal opinion is, at least as far as the quote unquote industry and everything, the umbrella of the industry, he understands how blogging is and never took anything that I said as being malicious. Now, when you say where the video at, Kendrick, what video are you talking about? Yeah, like it literally just came up, Kendrick. When I watched the video, it was only like 7 minutes. It only had like 400 and something views, so it was something that they just put it up. You know, sometimes the numbers don't show correctly when they say 444 views. It might have 10,000 views, but YouTube just not really catching up. Yeah, see that, and that's the thing. As far as, let's say for instance, the example that Jonathan just used, as far as Vlad or whatever touching on the Chirac stuff. Yes, it's crazy because you gotta think, out of the Midwest, yes, Chicago is the biggest city, and they have a big reach as far as the influence that they have. Now, I'm not just talking about music, just the influence of all the little cities, Milwaukee's, Indiana's, all the states around them. They have a nice little reach, and that's a crazy topic. But you got to be very sensitive when doing those interviews, like for real. Like, even when the situation was really happening between the dude from Detroit here, Street King Mikey, that's from the east side, and Rico Reckless. Like, of course, I did the interview with Street King because he from the crib, and then I had got some offers to do an interview with Rico, but I didn't do it because I was like, I'm not about to throw fuel on the fire and have people like going back and forth, because then people can point to your blog and be like, okay, this is the reason why such and such got popped or such and such, because people will try to use, not saying these individuals I'm talking about right now, but people in general will try to use your platform to get their message to somebody else, to beef with them because they can't directly talk to them or can't reach them, and they'll use you as a pawn to send some disrespectful shit. The next thing you know, when it spill over into the street, the blog is going to be the one that get blamed for the shit. Oh, okay, it's at 7K now. Yeah, but that one probably gonna get hella views. They already know it's gonna get hella views. That's why they only put up that 7 minutes. You know what I mean? But, and it's crazy because regardless to how much, so many things I might disagree with Akademiks as a man, I see what he doing his thing, salute to him. But sometimes I be really thinking, like when they was showing Joe Budden on there, I was just looking at his face. It seemed like he was amused by that shit. And sometimes I'll be thinking, like, some of the people that they slowly bringing up there, not everyone, but it seems like almost every other one is someone up there that Akademiks probably have said something out of quote unquote satire about And it's kind of more or less, to me, it's like it's kind of just putting him in the position where he has to now see the people that he was doing this satire about. But now it just becomes now more of a, even though it is in a controlled setting, but now it's becoming more, you know, I guess what you call it, real life, especially if the things, not to say that DJ Akademiks say shit out of maliciousness. I don't know his overall agenda because I'm not in his mind to know that. But it's a difference between just slandering the person, being malicious as hell, and having hate in your heart and you trying to stop their career, and then also just having just an opinion on the situation. And that's a part of being a celebrity. Once you become a celebrity, people are going to have an opinion on what you do, and that's what they signed up for. Just, we don't, on the quote-unquote black side of YouTube, we don't see the white side of YouTube for all their singers and all that. We don't, I can't think of what the white girl name is that's from the Bay, that she was rapping or whatever. But there's so many other people in that category that they probably got bloggers and stuff that cover their stuff. We don't know if it turned into a situation where, oh, someone, when Entertainment Tonight reported news on them, now that country singer is like, oh, I gotta kill Entertainment One. I gotta go find the host of Entertainment One to kill that motherfucker because he made a video about me. That don't happen. It only happens in our shit. You know what I'm saying? On our side of the motherfucking fence. If you make a comment or say anything about people, everybody want to get their panties in a bunch, and when it's really just an opinion. But I hope dude is in here from yesterday. I was actually laughing about some shit yesterday. I've been seeing this dude on my channel for a minute. Shout out to him, Nathaniel Lee. But this dude say 33 years old. I have never seen a nigga go this hard for Young Thug. Y'all seen the video I put up yesterday of Young Thug? This dude went in on me about saying what I said about Young Thug. I was like, God damn, this shit crazy. Well, yeah, well, I guess what, and I don't want to turn this whole live stream into just about DJ Akademiks, but, and I might end up switching the title or putting the Shakur stuff first, but it puts you in a position where you directly in front of the person you're talking about, and Complex supposed to be a professional situation. So yes, it is a difference between just being at home and being in that person, around the person that you're talking about, not knowing how they're really gonna react. But at the end of the day, he still got a job to do as a journalist. So I guess, yes, it might be more entertaining to the fans of Akademiks. Oh, fuck you, nigga. When Vic Mensa called him a bitch and talk about, I'll slap you and this and that, blah, blah, blah. It would be more entertaining to the fans of people like, if Akademiks would have been like, oh, fuck you, nigga, this and that, about whatever. But at the end of the day, that's not his job. He a journalist. He don't supposed to do all that, you know. But that and unfortunately, that's what come with it. Vlad TV go through it. Akademiks go through it. The bigger this channel get, I go through it. You know what I'm saying? The shit, it's just a part of it. And anybody else that's probably listening to this video, if they into blogging, vlogging, or wherever the case may be, any type of journalism around hip-hop, there's no way of getting around it. A lot of these motherfuckers are not civilized individuals that you can just sit down and have an intelligent type of conversation with. It's just not going to happen. You damn near better off speaking to their manager or speaking to, you know, someone in their staff before talking to the actual artist, unless they just got some common sense. But one question, you say, I have a question. Why do people have to walk on eggshells about interviewing people from Chicago? They don't. They shouldn't have to walk on eggshells about interviewing people from Chicago. Now, my thing is, I think you should definitely be prepared before interviewing a person from Chicago to ask them some critical questions, that even though you asking them a question because you're trying to get a response, your question should also to make them think about what's really going on there as well. It should be something productive to come out of that conversation. It shouldn't be questions that's going to throw fuel on the fire, so when they leave that interview, that's something that they said in that interview is going to cause them to have to go get into further beef or you know what I'm saying? Like, yes, at the end of the day, and I don't even consider myself, you know what I'm saying, a lot of people look at me like that. It's hard for me sometimes to still look at, oh, this blog is kind of starting to take off or whatever, but we still supposed to have some form of I guess responsibility, and it's not to put people in a situation, you know, put people in a fucked up situation, you know what I mean, once they leave from your platform or the stuff they talking about. Yes, you do want to ask them some real questions. Yes, you do want to get some real information out of it, but you don't want to, unless you only strictly trying to get views, which yes, the overall objective is to get views so you can make some money, just to be honest. But if you really do care about the quote-unquote culture, or even the person that you interviewing, you don't want to put them in a situation where they just say some crazy shit and then leave your platform and go get killed or something, you know what I mean? Because it'd be fucked up. That's why I said, when the people was like, the one dude came out of nowhere on my Instagram, was like, yeah, you the reason why 40 Glock got shot. Like, man, ain't nothing. The interview I did with 40 Glock, he was talking his normal shit that he been saying before my interview and after my interview. And I was like, dog, you talking about I got him shot. Like, dog, have you hit up his phone, sent him a DM, tried to reach out to him to see if he okay? Like, I felt that was my responsibility, since I do have his number, to hit him up, send him a text message or something to see. Like, at first I thought the shit was just rumors, but come to find out, yes, it was real. So I end up, oh shit, damn, I don't know, I wonder if y'all still there. Is this still broadcasting? Now, one thing I also gotta say, and this is something I've been wanting to say since it really not even just because of the Fazion video or not, but I hope this shit's still recording where y'all can hear me or not, because my whole thing just cut off. But hold on for a second, hold on. Don't leave. Hold on for a second. I'm trying to get up out of this right quick. But yeah. What up, though? But one thing I do have to say, and this is not to be pointing the fingers or not, but this is something I be really wanting to know, because, like, big shout out to Samantha. It's a couple other names I done seen pop up in here. Hogside, I done seen him leave some comments that be really thought-provoking, where he really be talking, listen to the video and peep what I'm saying or other stuff like that, And I don't care if I can come on here and say the most positive thing in the world. One thing, us as individuals, period, we do not have control over how people interpret what you say, period. Like yesterday, in multiple other videos, like, I can play a clip from Fazion where he's talking about one thing, but if people really listen to what I said, and I purposely said, like, that's his opinion. My opinion was, like, just what he said made me think back to that time about these interviews and this and that, and that's why I specifically said, like, hey, I'm not accusing Snoop Dogg of doing anything, not saying he set him up or nothing like that. I said it maybe 4 or 5 times. I'm like, I think he knew, just like other people around Pac knew, that Pac life was ticking. They just didn't know when it was gonna happen. And I believe these particular situations or interviews, you could see it kind of in Snoop's face. I'm seeing all type of comments. Sometimes people repeat what you said, and I'm like, dog, did you not listen to the video to see what I said? Like, you're repeating what I said, like you telling me, oh nigga, Snoop knew what was going on, but he had nothing to do with it. Like, okay, you repeated what I said, so before you go off, listen to the whole video. But God, I'll be having to remember, it's a whole bunch of different age groups of people that watch my channel. It's a whole bunch of different maturities of people that watch my channel, this and that, you know what I mean? But you making me. I'm talking about, and Kendrick, I feel like the floor is open for any and everybody. I'm not one of these type of people that hate on other bloggers that want to do the same thing. Cause like it's this one dude, I'm not even gonna say he's like a mentor with my YouTube or whatever, but we email each other. He give me tips and hints, cause he do blogging, but it's on a whole nother level of what he actually do for. And he always asks me like, why don't you and other bloggers in y'all same lane collaborate? It'll help both of your brands out. And I just like, dog. And I don't. And he's a white guy, so I don't be wanting to give him the real reason and just say it. But it's like niggas don't think like that. They think, hey, you competition, so I gotta hate on your shit. I gotta try to bring your shit down or whatever. Like yesterday, I seen someone bring up in the comments about, I don't know. I don't even want to talk about dude, but yeah, trolls do exist. And it's getting out of hand, and I try to keep the comment section, but I don't have no control over when trolls slip in and out. And I guess when they come into the comment section and they say some off the wall crazy psycho shit, and other people in the comment section jump on their head and they don't get the response that they're looking for, then I really don't see them come back no more. So big shout out to y'all about that. But I will say this, because someone just brought up Baby Lane. I'm not gonna say dude's name right now, but the third installment of the Tupac Dakota shit, everybody that was lined up to do the Tupac Dakota stuff, like, I don't know, God bless whoever. I hope nothing ain't happened to these people, because I just haven't heard back from none of them. Like, they wanted to put out the little information, then just kind of then disappeared. So I don't know what's going on, but I got someone that sent me like an email the other day. The email was so long, I was reading it for like 10 minutes. But it's from a whole nother perspective about Tupac, but it's really more just focusing on the police, the mayors, and all this other stuff that was going on around that time. And I'm talking about, it was crazy. Like, it was so deep to the point where I had to ask the dude, like, do you want to do an interview, but do you want to do this anonymous because of who he is and who he's actually the son of in that situation out there in LA? And he willing to do the interview. I'm gonna hit him up and put it together this week. I don't know if he's gonna stay anonymous or not, because some of the shit that he talking about is crazy. Like, he was like, by now, he was like, I ain't really worried about my safety at this point, you know what I mean? But it's crazy. It's crazy. But we gonna keep stuff rolling. I had someone ask me, I'm gonna answer y'all questions if I see something pop up, you know what I mean? I had someone ask me last night, I'm not gonna put her name out there, but they knew at one point in time, because me and Info Minds, someone just brought up Info Minds, you know, me and him was behind the scenes collaborating on different things, and you know, information and sharing information. And I respect him for that. I don't know the dude from a can of paint, but I respect Info Minds for that, collaborating on content, to be able to find research, talk to certain people, this and that, working together. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate him for that. But someone asked me last night, because at one point in time the dude Mummin Fitness, and I'm not saying this in no type of disrespectful way, but Mummin Fitness, and it was someone else that fuck with me behind the scenes, as far as, I guess you can call them somewhat like staff or some shit like that, was trying to get Napoleon or Mummin Fitness to do interviews. It got down to like the day before we were supposed to do the interviews, and then you just didn't respond back. So I had like 2 or 3 people email me yesterday once Vlad put up the interview with Napoleon, like, damn, I thought you were supposed to do the interview with him. And this is what I want to say. This is why, regardless to people's opinion about Vlad TV or anything like that, when the people say, if they call him COINTELPRO, if they call him the police, whatever, one thing I can say, at the end of the day, the people that go on there is the ones, they choose to go there. I guarantee, and I don't like to make stuff, so that's why I don't hate on Vlad, because at the end of the day, he put in 10 years worth of work to get where he at. So what's up to that? Just like, say for instance, if you a popping rapper, or you a rapper trying to come up, or even if you a rapper and your career ain't where it want to be, and you got 19 black platforms hollering at you, but they kind of small, you got so many of these niggas that shun, they'll turn their back, like look at you like, oh no, hell no. And where they gonna go? They gonna go somewhere else. So, you know, that's why I can't get mad. I can't get mad at Vlad for what he do. He put in the work and built his platform to the point where that's where people want to go. And to me, I take it as motivation, where that mean I just got to get my shit not just popping for the wrong reasons, but big enough and expand and cover a whole bunch of so many different things, where other individuals will want to come and, you know, be on this platform and you know, express their opinions and everything. Because a lot of times, some of the interviews that I've had, I'll tell them, people, when we just discussing shit behind the scenes, like, we don't have to just talk about negative shit. Like, we can talk about just different things. There's so many different things that you could talk about with an artist. They strives and they struggles, the different things they've been through to get to where they at, the different situations they had to overcome. They can give people game. They might spit some jewels that might help another person that's listening, you know, become a better person or something like that. It's so many different things that you can cover, but, you know, the main topic be just what the beef shit, basically. But let me go back and let me try to read some of these comments and stuff that y'all saying. But y'all can hit me with some questions about anything that's been going on with my channel for the past couple weeks, or, you know, or shit that y'all like to see. Peacebringer, hey, all I can do is get my platform to the point where I guess these individuals hear about DocHicksTv, or once it get bigger, if I decide to change the brand name or whatever from my nickname or whatever to something else. But at the same time, I'm telling you, like, when all the Tupac shit was even going on, or the Whack 100 stuff was going on a couple weeks ago and all that, people was like, hey, why don't you, I had some girl hit me up like, why ain't you tried to hit up Edie Amin? Why ain't you tried to hit up this person? Why ain't you tried to hit up that? I'm like, first off, you coming in my inbox like you checking somebody. Two, you need to ask, have you reached out to these people to try to interview them? I'm like, all these motherfuckers have been sent proper. I got a template that I use as professional to send all these people emails and DMs. I hit them like from 2-3 different angles to try to reach out to them, and they, you know what I'm saying, like I say, they don't, and I'm not whining about it. I'm just saying, it just makes me where I have to work harder to make it to the point where they ain't got no other choice but to fuck with me. That's how I look at it. But I will keep a mental note of, you know, it's certain motherfuckers, you ask a nigga for an interview and a nigga, this one ain't gonna put his name out there, but this motherfucker said maybe. Like, I damn near wanted to block that fool. Like, what the fuck you mean maybe? Like, nigga, your career ain't even really that hot, nigga. You should be happy someone trying to get a fucking interview with you. Yeah, I appreciate that, the dude that just said you on the way up, keep pushing the line. You know, it's because, like, I might not talk about all the super Black Panther pro stuff, but I can just say this, I am aware of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I do try to, even when I'm speaking now, or even when I'm making my videos, yes, I might say some shit that might offend another individual, but I try to make sure I say it in a way where a person don't see that it's just out of hate or just malicious shit, because I do want to still leave the lines open to get a person to get an interview, this and that, blah blah blah. It seems like nowadays I prefer the slow grind, like how it's been right now, the slow grind to come up, than just to pop off in over a 5-6 month span, you know, because you just being super disrespectful out here suck my dick, nigga, this and the blah blah blah. I don't want to take that road because it will put you in a situation where you will have to end up popping a nigga out here, either a viewer or somebody, because you have to prove a point to people, because you know when you put out that negative energy, it come right back. Yeah, your comment just went by. Somebody just said something about Whack 100 buying the tickets or whatever. Yeah, that situation, man. That's what I was talking to my girl about it, man. I was talking to my girl about it. I was like, man, you damn near be in a situation where you damn near have to make an example out of a motherfucker, because people classify all bloggers as they think they just internet geeks. Some bloggers got 2 F's on their report card and stopped living a certain life because they didn't want a chance catching that 3rd strike and trying to go to jail over no bullshit. So they like, let me see if I can find another legal outlet and see what we can build and who I can connect with. Because I like to use this platform to really network and connect with other individuals that's like-minded and got stuff to bring to the table to expand, and motherfuckers can make money together. That's really what I'm about. You know what I mean? You said you can also argue that Chicago is bringing all the violent to light, and people accept someone to talk about. Right, but that's the thing. Jam fam, and that's what I was kind of saying earlier about when we first was talking about Chicago. Once you become some type of, and so the whole definition of celebrity is different now, point blank period. But with the internet becoming, you got a couple 100,000 followers or whatever, just cause you can get a couple 100,000 followers just cause you've been beefing with motherfuckers, and not even because of your talent. People follow you because of the beef you in, but not even because of the songs that you putting out. But the people gotta understand, once you become a quote unquote celebrity, you sign up for people are gonna cover the stuff that you doing. Us bloggers, news stations, anything, no one would have anything to cover if they wasn't creating the story. So they have to hold themselves accountable in some type of way as well. They got to. They can't get mad at a motherfucker for saying, oh, such and such went outside and jaywalked. Nigga, you shouldn't have jaywalked then if you didn't want people to cover it. Don't do it if you don't want people to talk about it. You know, so it just all come with the game. You know, every so often you will find a couple rappers that got some sense that's using 5% of their left side of their brain and understand how the game works. You know what I'm saying? But OT82 said Tupac's discography was very impressive. But who all up in here went and watched the Tupac movie, man? What was y'all real thoughts on that? Do you think it was as bad as everybody was trying to make it? Do you think it was people behind the scenes purposely trying to bash the movie so people don't go out? I'm going to ask y'all from like 2 different angles. Do you think people was purposely bashing the movie because it was so trash, so those 2 black producers wouldn't make no money? Or do you think it was people were calling it trash because just how they depicted Tupac and just didn't show the real Tupac, you know what I'm saying? Not just basically the last year of his life. Like, that's, to me, the last year of his life, yeah, that's what's gonna sell the tickets, because anything that ends tragic, the shoot 'em up bang bang that ends tragic and all that shit, that's what sells movies. Money, sex, lies, and drugs and violence. So that's the last year. But I understand true Tupac fans want to see the back part. That's what tripped me out about. Ever since that movie came out, my interview with Babes slowly been taking off, and I've been slowly seeing people in the comment section like, who is dude? He trying to come up off Tupac name. I'm tired of niggas trying to make a name off Tupac. I'm like, one, I have to question people's intelligence and they fucking comprehension skills. I'm like, this dude in this fucking video was not trying to come up off Tupac name. He was actually a part of Tupac's legacy because he funded the money. Him and Mans funded the money to make sure certain albums came out that Interscope didn't want to put out because of the message that was in it. Like, I don't be getting it. Like, I really don't be getting. So, and that's why you'll see certain videos I'll comment more than others in the comment section, because when I just see a whole bunch of just stupid, retarded ass shit, like I done said the sky is red and people in the fucking comment section arguing about the sky, he said the sky is green. Like, are you not listening to what the fuck people are saying in this damn video? But let me ask y'all this, because a lot of people saying negative things about Akademiks. What are the things that y'all don't like about his particular platform? Because he didn't make it to over 1 million subscribers if people don't fuck with him or don't like him. You know what I'm saying? Someone said, I think you should shut the fuck up, my nigga. Damn, I just missed that. Someone just said something with the question that had Vlad TV at the end. Can you rewrite that question? I missed it, but it said, you said that's white people wrote that movie, that's the reason why. But to me, like, that's not, like I said, I couldn't just totally, I know people probably wanted me to come and be their voice to say, oh, fuck that movie, it ain't shit, that blah blah blah, this and that. I just spoke strictly, people got it once. See, the thing is, it's a lot of people, I'm not gonna say a lot, you know what I'm saying, because I done lived in like 2 or 3 different states, you know what I'm saying, so it's maybe about 20 to 30 people that I know personally that watch my channel, that know me personally, so they know my perspective, that 9 times out of 10 when I talk about stuff, it's always from a business perspective because of my background or whatever, you know what I mean. So when I, what up though, Curtis? So when I seen that movie, I looked at it just from the movie business perspective. I'm like, all they did was just highlight in between each song. They didn't show shit else, especially to name it the untold story of Tupac. That was a story that all of us knew. So that's what made me disappointed in the movie, was like, I thought y'all was gonna show me some shit that we didn't know about Tupac. It was basically everything that we already knew about Tupac. They just cashing in on the Tupac name in the state like a motherfucker, for real, for real. And the thing about it, I fuck with Daz. Daz is super underrated to me. That Dog Food album, that's why I don't understand why Rollo be talking about, the dude from Atlanta, Rollo, be talking about no one heard of Dog Food until him. DPG, Dog Pound, been talking about dog food from way back in the day. People from the streets know what dog food is. Like, people not stupid. But long story short, you know, they cashing in on that stuff. Even when I walked out of the movie theater of Straight Outta Compton, I was like, they purposely doing this to leave it available for other people to come back and make movies about their particular involvement to this particular situation, so everybody can cash in and make millions and millions and millions off of it. They don't want to get too detailed for multiple reasons. Regardless, who is DPG? I can't, the Dog Pound, that Snoop group, Daz and Corrupt from back in the day, plus other people with Daz and Corrupt from California. But everybody is cashing in off of surrounding the Tupac name. Is anything surrounding the Tupac name, some type of movie gonna come out. The dude Danny Boy that came out talking about he was gay, this nigga sometime down the line, he probably gonna make a motherfucking movie. You say you're not into it, and that's crazy, because I fuck with Daz and Corrupt. I wonder what they input gonna be. And if you watch The Breakfast Club, you've seen where LT Hutton said he's helping Daz with the Dog Pound for Life movie. So I wonder what other angle can they really show. I don't know. I know Daz said he was around BMF tough as hell, so I wonder if he's going to include in that. But compared to Power, I know I'm bouncing all over the place, but compared to Power, what y'all think gonna happen with the BMF series? Now think about it, 50 Cent's smart enough to know, we not gonna do no BMF movie. Let's turn it into a fucking series. It's way too much to talk about to try to compress it into an hour or 2 hours. If 50 Cent's smart enough to do that, why are these people not smart enough to do that with Tupac? Like, it's no way. There's no way possible. Yeah, see now OT82, yeah, you know, 50 Cent got control over, you know, with Big Meech over the BMF, so he got He said it's supposed to be better than Power. And my thing is them doing it in series like that, breaking it down into half an hour shows or 45-minute, 52-minute shows. You can get so into detail because you can just show one organization from so many different angles, from multiple different people's lives surrounding one particular topic. That's the investment that needs to be made, instead of them trying to cash in real quick off of Tupac name, or we want to cash in real quick off the first night sales, and then maybe 2-3 weeks. Nowadays a movie come out and then 2-3 weeks later you seeing the shit at Redbox. So they just want the quick come up. It ain't really about the actual legacy and really telling people, giving, you know, providing real information for real. And then I don't really know if these people really want to touch the real information with Tupac, because it might be some repercussions behind the reason why all these motherfuckers are slowly dying off and getting killed, and everybody catching cancer and this and that and dying. You know, people had the rights to that movie for so long, and how many people done died since before this movie came out. Everybody that died was one less person they had to cut a check to, in my opinion. Not saying that's the truth, but in my opinion. Cadillac Don, if you follow me on any other social media outlet, I'll tell you my PSN, but I'm not saying it on here, bro. Cause I done had some weird motherfuckers do some weird shit when I told my PSN on here. Dale Davis, what up, though? What's good, man? Appreciate that. You say, isn't he Jamaican? If you follow me on any other type of social media, like IG, I am DocHicks on Twitter, something like that, I'll personally tell you my PSN so I can see who you are to play with. But I'm not on here trying to have 2,000-3,000 motherfuckers on my PSN and all that shit to be playing with, all that stuff. Like, I'll fuck with a couple people. They not paying nobody. No, they not paying nobody. It's just a few motherfuckers that's constantly making money off of this one situation. There's only so many times that they're gonna be able to tell this story to, especially if they're not putting out the real shit. I'll end up doing, the dude that just asked me about, I think he said Gaddafi or something like that. I'll end up doing some form of a video or something about that. But as of right now, just for me to freelance talk about it, I already got, like, I got a notebook full of different videos that I'm eventually going to do, that I'm just collecting different points. That's one thing I personally, within myself, I want to start working on, is to be able to, because I don't try to make DocHicksTv. This is not the channel of I come, say what the headline is, this is what happened, that's 20% of the video, the other 80% is my perspective, and the reason why I'm able to connect with you people, you know what I'm saying, all of you, because majority of you are like-minded individuals. See, a lot of times people want to take the situation like, I'm not saying that my opinion is a fact. It's just my opinion, my perspective, and it resonates with other individuals that think the same way. You know what I'm saying? But I'm guessing a lot of y'all, I don't know if y'all started from the beginning of this video or not, but y'all talking about the DJ Akademiks and Vic Mensa. I was wondering, but Vic was upset about that whole situation. Talking about, I guess one of the dudes that he was talking about was someone that he personally knew, and he was making it seem like it's a video game when these are real lives. You know what I'm saying? That's shit that's really happening. And to be honest, you know, I hope DJ Akademiks is the type of person that can go back, because he do his Twitches and stuff like that after the fact, but I'm hoping as a man, he can still after the fact listen to the things that Vic Mensa was saying, even if it was in a disrespectful manner, learn something from it and not just make excuses for it, because you can't just hide behind satire. Some of the shit that you say can gas up situations, and that's the same thing I have to be aware of my damn self, to try not to. You know what I'm saying? It's a very thin line. Like, you want to talk about real shit, you want to do interviews and stuff, but you got to be aware that you're not trying to cause an issue between other motherfuckers. Like that's not your intentions when you're doing a video, and that's not your intentions when you're doing an interview, is to try to cause harm between motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? But y'all believe, you said Snoop is a federal agent? Maybe so, cause I'm not gonna hate on dude. You know what I'm saying? Of course, when people say, you know, all of us in the same lane, we all got different perspectives. I seen the dude Kendrick G was like, damn, you be making me want to do these videos. I feel like for anybody that feel like they got a perspective that's different than the norm, that just is not PC, and it's not just going with the popular opinion to do vlogging, because you got to put them perspectives in the earth, in the world. You know what I'm saying? It causes vibrations. It causes people to maybe think outside of the box, and that's definitely needed within our community, is people that can really make other individuals to think outside of the box, to have a different way of thinking. Now, I said in my review on the Tupac movie, shit, it make me want to not just see John Singleton. I want to see John Singleton's script, one, to see if what they were saying that he was trying to put in there was true, but I want to see what John Singleton, maybe his angle on the movie was, if he was really gonna dig deeper into the Black Panther shit, and not just the whole, just the all. But you know, of course, the movie called All Eyes on Me, but you know what I'm saying, there was so many different angles and different ways that they could have approached that movie. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't say that they lied on him. I said I want to know if it's the truth. I'm gonna tell you, see, this is me. This is how I was raised before even taking classes that reinforce the thought process of, you supposed to question everything. You supposed to question everything. Just because you question something don't mean that you agree, you disagree, or you don't think they telling the truth. If I say something, you supposed to fact check it if I'm saying it like it's a fact. But if I'm saying it's my opinion, you either can agree or you can disagree, or you can do your own research. That's how the world's supposed to be. Oh, okay, for sure, Ty B, for sure. But yeah, that's just how I was raised, like, to always question everything, like, count your money multiple times, and when motherfuckers tell you some shit, question it and find out the truth for real, or find out your truth in a particular situation. Because nowadays, a lot of people gonna word things to make themselves look better in the situation. They were to promote their movies, so of course they're not gonna say something that would make their project or anything look worse, or like he was telling the truth. That's just not what they're gonna do. John Singleton needs to make another. He needs to do another interview after this. Right, Tabby, that's what he said. He was like, you know, when he got on the plane, the biggest question that I had in that video I made last night about Fazion, for people that haven't seen it, to go back and check it out. That's why I didn't just put up the clip of just Fazion. I put my commentary with it. The biggest thing that I was asking was, I really want to know, if they said Snoop didn't even go to Vegas that night, I wonder why Snoop was asking him twice. He asked him once, are you going to Vegas? Pac looked him in the face, didn't answer his question, and then asked him again. I want to know, why was he asking him that? That's just a simple question. Like, you just wanted to know, was he going or not? You know, you just wanted to know, or did you feel like, damn, you know, was something else going to come behind that conversation? The Pac would have said, yeah. Was he going to be like, well, I don't think you, because if Snoop and them all didn't go, you know, and that's not insinuating that Snoop had anything to do with it, this and that. I just want to know why he asked him that question. If he wasn't even planning on going to Vegas, why was he asking Pac? Was he, you know, was he going to Vegas? Somebody was talking about Little Half Dead supposed to have been in the car. There's so many different scenarios in that situation. It's crazy. It's crazy. That's why I said in that video too, not even just talking about Pac, just in real life. If you got beef with 5-6 different individuals, plus you attached to the Shakur family that's the government don't fuck with, for real, if something happened to you, no one will ever be able to pinpoint where it come from. It'll always just be conspiracy theories. If I end up getting into beef with 8 different bloggers, and then 2 weeks from now they say, oh, Doc got killed, who y'all wouldn't be able to point it at nobody. Y'all wouldn't know, because you'd be like, this nigga was beefing with too many people. Yeah, the rap game is fucked up. And Dale, what you just said, that's some real shit.
That's some money for your
For real. The shit crazy. But it's a few emails and stuff people sending me. I'm about to go ahead and wrap this video up. If y'all got some other questions that y'all want to ask, you know what I'm saying, I'll go ahead and answer them. But it's a few emails people sending me, so I can go through and check to see if I'm gonna make some videos and stuff out of it. But I definitely always want to tell y'all I greatly appreciate each and every one of y'all. Thank you for the support. I appreciate the constructive criticism. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate the positive comments, the negative ones, even if, you know, as long as it's in a respectful, constructive type of way. You know, some people give me tips and hints on how to enhance the channel or this and that. I greatly appreciate that, man. Like, for real. You know, and maybe we as a whole, because my thing is, if I'm reaching like-minded individuals, I want to take our platform to a bigger level so we can take our mindset on a bigger stage. It's not solely just about me, it's about the like-minded individuals, because if we are forced to be reckoned with, then we can start, you know, pushing other platforms. And I ain't even saying like to stop them from eating or anything like that, but just to have a balance in the game of like-minded individuals, you know what I mean? And that's the whole cause, for real, man. But for real. Much love to y'all. I'ma catch up with you. You said watch the Mob James interview. Okay, for sure. I'm gonna check that out. But much love to all y'all, man. Appreciate it, Don, Mr. Lee, Eric, Pittsfall, much love. Haitian Jack was working. Yeah, that's, hey,